What's good, everybody? This is According to Ale, and I'm excited to announce my special guest, Divyne, aka Diva. Hey.
Hey guys, I'm Divyne.
Okay, so let's share with the people where are you from.
Okay, so I'm originally from Tucson, Arizona. I moved to Phoenix about 2 to 3 years ago.
And then, weren't you like Miss Tucson or something?
I was Miss Tucson. Yeah, I was.
Oh, sprinkle.
Sprinkle.
Ooh, okay. And then let's talk about what you do. So what do you do for a living?
Okay, so I am the owner and founder, CEO of Bronze Lounge.
Period.
I started Bronze Lounge years ago when I was back in Tucson, and then I moved it out here to Phoenix when I moved out here. So yeah.
Okay, boss lady. Yeah, we love that. Like you know what I noticed? All my girls are all boss ladies.
We all have like our own business, our own things going on.
See, I'm surrounded by, that's how it should be. Entrepreneurs, girl bosses. That's what I love to see.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we are here today. I feel like me and Miss Girl, we're always talking about shit. And I'm like, dude, we just need to hop on and just talk about it. Like, get on the pod, talk about it. Because we have some juicy ass conversation.
And when she had asked me, she's like, hey, like, would you want to be on my podcast? I was like, I've been waiting for you to ask me. I am so excited. I feel like you guys know me as Ala's friend. Obviously, if you are from my page, you know me as a person, but I don't really talk too much. I don't speak on topics or say too much. So this is like my one opportunity to say what I got to say.
Say what you got to say.
Yeah.
Ooh, scared.
They're going to see what we talk about at dinners and everything.
Bro, you know the TikTok where it's like a cute little classy like martini and shit. And it's like, and then what we really talk about.
Yes, exactly.
Nah, but for real though. Yeah. Anyways, I'd be canceled. I'd be talking shit. Anyways, all right. First order of business, because I know this is gonna get a little controversial. And before we get started, I'm gonna do my little disclaimers. Let me tell y'all something. This is not about anybody in particular. So if you let the shoe fit, you let the shoe fit yourself. This is just a general thing. Our own opinions for ourselves does not mean this is how we're gonna gear you or put this on somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed, yeah. And I'm gonna touch on that as well. These are our opinions from what we've experienced, what we've gone through at our age. So it's no hate, no shame, no tea to anyone who doesn't agree or has done things the complete opposite way. It's just our opinion, what we think, how we feel about certain topics and subjects that are going on, and that's it.
And that's it. And even her and I have our own rebuttals. Seriously, because she'll have her opinion. I'm like, no, this is how I feel.
You would be shocked and surprised. Like, we sometimes are on opposite sides of the spectrum. It's like, okay, you do things your way and I'll do things my way. And that's it. And it's still love. We're not judging.
Yeah. So again, if you let the shoe fit, you let the shoe fit, and that's it. So anywho, let's get into it. I'm excited. Okay. So our first order of business is, and Crazy actually got this as like a anonymous thing as well. So we are not the only person who talked about this. I feel like I've had other girls message me and be like, let's touch on this, okay? Actually tagged me in it too. Actually tagged me in her private story, the close.
Yes.
So this is for you. But getting flown out. How do we feel about that? Let's talk about it. I feel like a lot of girls we know are constantly getting flown out. Yeah. So let's talk about it, because I feel like there's so many different spectrums of getting flown out. I've been flown out, but I've had different stories compared to other people. So would you like to start?
Yeah. So how I feel about getting flown out is like, do what you want to do. If you want to get flown out, get flown out. But just know there's certain things that come with it. Not all the time. But let's not be oblivious to the fact that there's certain things that come with it. I think if you're going to get flown out, 1, know it comes with it. 2, have certain expectations and standards for the situation that's about to take place. I personally, I don't like it. I never have. I've never came to terms with like, okay, yeah, I'm going to get flown out. It just becomes so transactional. For me, at least, I don't think, maybe other people have had different experiences. I think it's transactional. I think that there's a certain standard that's set where it's like, you know, I'm already here. Like, I don't want to do anything that I don't feel comfortable doing. And number 3, like I said, I just like the anticipation of like, you know, meeting someone in like your hometown where it's like your territory. I was actually told, and I remember telling you this, there was a older girlfriend of mine, and she said, don't ever fly out to see a guy, ever. Because once they get what they want from you, they send you back home, and then they wash their hands with it. Rather than, if you really like a guy, have him come see you in your city, in your hometown, get to know him, and if you really like him and he really likes you, then you go to his city where 1, you don't know where you're at, you don't know the area. 2, if you are uncomfortable, at least you already know the person. You're not just going into it blind.
I agree. I agree. No, yeah. So I agree with that. A lot of the times, and a lot of the girls that, you know, like I've heard, you know, and for myself, like, okay, actually, let me talk about myself. For myself, have I been flown out? Yes. And majority of the times that I've been flown out, no bullshit, I put this on my mother's life. A lot of the times that I've been flown out, it was very non-transactional. It was a group setting. And me and my girls were just blessed to have guys that fortunately were respectful and be like, hey, you guys are beautiful. You guys are cool to hang out with. Let us fly you out. And guess what? Nothing happened. And nothing, and even if something did, I'm not ashamed. I don't give a shit. I don't care.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You knew, like, you're going to it like, if I do like somebody and I am feeling that vibe.
Yeah.
So be it.
Yeah, but luckily so far, I've been lucky enough to not have that experience. Granted, I have had this guy that I was talking to, but I was talking to him, and he flew me out. He took me to the Ritz-Carlton and pretty much just like treated me, wine and dined me, did everything, and it was cool. Did anything go far from that? No, but I knew what I wanted. I knew what I was getting myself into, and I've known him for actually years. Yeah, so that's the times that I've been.
Also, wouldn't you agree? Or this is like my take on it. Is like, I wouldn't say I've never got flown out or I've flown out. But I would say if I am gonna fly out to see somebody, I always make sure that I have like a way out or a plan. Like if I'm not liking the situation or someone's making me uncomfortable, it's like, do I have my own money to fly myself back home?
Facts.
Yes.
That's facts.
Do I have a person I can call and be like, hey, like I'm in an uncomfortable situation. I need you to come get me? Yes. Or a destination where it's like, okay, if things go wrong and if this person's just being way too pushy and making me uncomfortable, I'm okay because I'm going to go here. And I have the money to pay for it. I have the money to get my flight back home. No one's going to fly me out or buy me a one-way and then be like, oh, well, you didn't want to do this, so I'm not buying your flight back. No, it's okay. Don't even, you're right. I didn't want to do that, so I'll get my flight back home. We call it what it is, and that's it. And like I said, it's just from personal experience, or not even personal experience, just like what I've seen, what my friends have gone through, what maybe I have gone through. So that's just like...
No, I think... And I agree.
Yeah, I think for me, it's like, if I really want to, like a guy and like we're feeling each other, he needs to come here first.
Yeah.
I think...
And I agree with that. I feel like a lot of girls, it's all glitz and glam, cute.
Yeah.
But it's like, one, are you... I mean, again, everybody's different. My shit's different. So it's like, are you willing to put out? And if you don't, and the guy gets angry... What are you going to do? And this is for the girls that maybe haven't been flown out yet or haven't dealt with that yet. I guess that's my advice to those girls. And there's girls that they know what they're doing. That's their daily thing. Like, they want to get flown out all the time. As you should.
And if you do get flown out.
I'm team as you should,
Yeah,
girl.
and if you do get flown out, as you have fun.
As you should.
Have fun.
Again, my experience compared to other people's experience are different. But I'm team as you should. Anywho.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to add to that? Just be safe is pretty much what we're trying to say.
Be safe.
Be smart. Be safe.
Be smart. Be safe. Have a plan. Don't think you owe nobody anything just because they bought you a flight.
That part.
You bought me a flight to get to know me, not to get anything else. But don't be shocked because I've also, really fast, I know you've heard guys be like, nah, if I fly you out, you know, da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, so it's like,
and then I'm like, oh, then I'm not going.
Person, yeah. You're like, actually, I will stay here. Just know what you're getting yourself into before just hopping on a flight and going to meet the guy or anyone in that sense.
That part. Okay. This is another thing that because I was like, hey, we're talking about trips, right? We're talking about getting flown out. So I'm like, let's make it a little fun. What is the wildest thing you've ever seen on a trip? If you want, I can go. We can go for. I can go first if you want.
I'll let you go first.
Okay. So, honestly, and this was before all this shit too. This is when I was like, fuck, how old was I? Like 18 years old. And dude, it's the same ex-boyfriend from like the previous stories I've talked about where all the crazy things happen. It was with him too. I swear to God. We went to Papa's and Beers when I was like, have you guys been to Papa's and Beer? Have you guys been to Papa's and Beer in Mexico? Oh my God. So it's called Papa's and Beers in Mexico.
It's crazy.
Rosarito. Okay. Again, I'm 18. So I'm like, oh my God, they look so late. Like, you know, I was down. And it was like me, my ex at the time. Dude, that man, I swear to God, he was bad juju because bad stuff always happened with him. And he was my first boyfriend, not the second one. But anyways, so we go to Papa's and Beers. And I'm honestly, I might even send you guys videos so you can upload it because it really was that crazy. I swear to God. I saw girls, no BS. I get there and it's like packed, right? It's just packed with people. You good, Josh? He's my man's dying over there. Now, but oh, you can keep that too. But no, so yeah, so pretty much it was just like a bunch of people and like just these girls, and it's like girls gone wild because, dude. Girls flashing their tetas everywhere, just like, going like what you see in the movies. Dude, no girls care. Like, some girls just don't care.
They don't.
They just don't care. Like, guys don't care either, okay? Because they're the ones that are like, oh yeah, do it. And down to sleep with the girl that's just letting everybody, like, just do whatever they want to her. But anyways, I'll get there. So we get there, and I just see girls flashing their titties. I see girls literally pulling down their bikini pants and letting guys take shots from the front and the back, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, the front and the back. Shots straight in there, okay? And of course, I'm in a stare because, like, duh, what the hell? Like, who does that? So, anyways, crazy, like the craziest things. And I have a video, I think I even posted on Twitter a long time ago. And it was this girl sitting on a guy's shoulders. And I can't remember. Oh my God, I have to look back at the video. I could be wrong. But it was like they were pouring down alcohol from her ass crack and guys were just like going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was just the craziest thing that I've seen girls do. And I personally think it's for male validation and male attention. Mm-hmm. And that could just never be me. But the girls who do it, I love you. You make my trips so fun. Just, yes. I mean, I just hope it's not girls that I know or my siblings, but the girls who like coochie out, dude. And I just, that's probably been the craziest thing I saw on vacation. Just a lot of tops, front, backs, tetas. What else? I've saw like damn near people like having it like in a crowd damn near.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was, yeah. So anyways, that's my crazy experience. Shout out Papa's and Beers.
I've never been to Papa's and Beers, but I've seen some insane stories and I've heard some insane stories.
Yeah.
But honestly, I've gone on trips before, obviously, and if you know me, you know that I'm very like, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it to you, but if you know me, you know how I am.
A little goody.
Yeah, I'm a goody. I don't really do crazy things, but so when I can see like the smallest thing and I'm like, oh my God, did you see what they were doing? It's like, yeah, that's normal. They were flashing their boobs. I'm like, no, that's not normal. Like, we don't do that over here. Like, that is not normal. Especially with Ollie, I'll be like, bro, like, I had seen, I don't know, like something like two girls kissing.
I'm not surprised.
Oh my God, these two girls were kissing. She's like, yeah, that happens all the time. I'm like,
yeah.
Since when?
I've seen some things.
Since when does that just happen all the time? Because I'm shocked. But no, I've honestly never seen anything like that. But at least not that I can recall. But that's crazy.
I swear, dude.
That's some Papa's and Beer behavior, though, for sure.
It is. And I've even seen, but I've even had stories from girls where they're like, yeah, like these athletes invited us on a yacht and like they were like in front of everybody, like, eating certain things in front of everybody. And I feel like
that is crazy.
I swear to God. And I feel like I've heard these things so much that it just,
you're like unfazed.
I'm just unfazed. And I saw that AT pop is beer. Like, it doesn't
Well, I feel like
surprise
you're
me.
always, you know what's crazy? I'll always be peeping stuff because I feel like you always peep things like that.
I
Like
do.
some nasty,
I'm nosy,
crazy
bro.
behavior, just
Yeah.
like, you know?
Oh yeah, I'm nosy.
all the time.
I'm
You're-
nosy.
I don't think you're nosy. You're very attentive to like what's going on around you, and you observe. You're an observer.
Ooh.
Yeah, an observer.
You know why? Because I'm a Scorpio. But I swear. But yeah, so those are things that happen. Again, I don't judge. I won't do it, but I won't judge.
do it either. I think all my friends will be the first one to tell you, like, she ain't going for it. Ask somebody
but I
else.
like to watch. I like to be, hell yeah, girl.
You're like the number one. You're the number one host supporter. I feel like
I think I am a host supporter.
you are a host supporter.
Like, it's like I won't do it, but I'll
too,
support
but
it.
I'll be like, look, girl, kind of acting a little crazy.
But
right now.
I mean, granted, as long as it's not like my friends embarrassing me, putting us out there in front of people, I'm like other host supporters, like that girl over there.
It can't be one of mine.
Not them, but yes,
Yeah.
girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's
it
fair.
depends, you know, you gotta still support your friends, but there's limits to it, because I would never want my friend to regret or be embarrassed of something she did because she was having a good time.
Yeah.
So I do step in and I'll be like, "Bitch."
So we agree, it's embarrassing. That behavior is embarrassing.
You know what? If it's my friend and I know she's the next day gonna be like, why did I flash my titties? And I know my friends, so I know they'll be like, why did I do that? It's not that it's well, for my friends and for myself, I'm speaking for me, you, and my other friends that I am close with. It's
Your
just
close
embarrassing
friends.
for us.
Yeah.
So that's why I would always intervene and be like, hold on, girl, hold on, put the tetas away, and I will.
I'm not that friend, just letting you know.
I will. If I know it's gonna affect you and I know it's going to make
like
you...
I'm saying I'm not the friend with the tatas out.
Oh, no, not you. But I'm just saying in general, like I will be that friend. Vice versa. I hope
agree.
you guys will be like,
Mm-hmm.
step in,
Mm-hmm.
cover me, or whatever the hell. Okay, fun.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. Okay. So another thing that we talked about,
Mm-hmm.
we were kicking it, and we were talking about how some girls don't get wives, because there's a lot of girls that we've seen in general. Again, general statement, because I don't want to hear it. I don't, dude, because it's like, dude, I wasn't even talking about you.
We're just saying in general.
In general.
Yes. Also, I have notes on my phone too. Just letting y'all know. If you see me looking at my phone, I'm tuned in.
But yeah. So why some girls
don't get wifed?
Yeah, they don't get wifed, or they'll complain like, why doesn't nobody want to wife me? I mean, granted, like men, some men are awful and terrible, and that's why you won't get wifed, because some of these guys are awful. And I feel like I've already talked about this in previous podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
And I talked about it last episode with my girl Jackie. Sometimes it's just, you can be the most amazing girl on the planet, and you can have every quality known to man, but some men just can't handle that, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then there are some girls in general that I've seen that I'm like, well, no shit. Duh. Yes. How the hell are you gonna sleep with Juanito, and Pedro? and then Juanito sees you with Pedro and the other Juanito Jr.
Okay.
And then you're like, I don't get why they don't want to date me. Whoa, be so for real. Sorry.
No, I agree. Okay. So if you're like, I'm not getting wife, I don't think it comes down to like actually being a wife. If you want to be a wifey,
like a girlfriend,
wifey, girlfriend. If you want to be a wifey or a girlfriend, you better act like one. And I'm not talking about baking cookies on a Sunday evening or in the kitchen or clean. No, I'm talking about how you carry yourself from start to finish. And this kind of will maybe roll into the next topic from start to finish, but I don't know. But with that being said, it's just like, if you want to be wifey, if you want to get cuffed, whatever you want to call it, I think there are definitely certain standards you need to, uphold and obtain. Yeah. You can't be sleeping around, like Ala said, with so-and-so and so-and-so, and then out partying and doing all this stuff. Because let's be real. Is that wifey material? No. But go ahead. Uh-huh.
This is where I'm going to rebuttal just a little bit.
Okay.
A little bit. I do believe we are still at that age where we got to enjoy life. Life's too short. I can die tomorrow. I can get hit by a train tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully not. But anyways, But you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying, and yes, have I had a hoe phase? Yeah. And also my man knows that, and he still loves me because it was before him. But anyways, but you know what I'm saying? I still believe that people should still enjoy their life, still have fun. You can still have that hookup phase, enjoy life, whatever, and you can still party. It's just how you do it in the excessiveness of it. And also, I feel like there's just limitations to everything. You know what I'm saying? If you look like this constant party girl every day, if you're literally sleeping every day, but you can still party, you can still have fun. I don't want people thinking we're saying, oh, you can't, because I do. I still have fun. I'm just respectful now because I am a girlfriend now. Ew. But anyways, I'm still, I can still enjoy life and be respectful. It's just, you just have to know the limitations. Now, if you're that girl, literally flirting with the whole damn club, sleeping with a bunch of people, and especially if all these guys know each other or teammates, because a lot of the time it's teammates, you're gonna get talked about. Or if you're in that same friend circle, you're gonna get talked about. So it's just more like, just keep it cute. Like, you can still have fun in life, just keep it cute. That's it.
Yeah,
that's my take.
My thing is, and I agree. Keeping it cute, and I think keeping it classy, like,
you can be a little perra time to time.
And this is what we're talking about. It's like, we have different takes, and either one is okay. I'm not saying be a virgin, but come on, don't entertain vibes, or don't put a standard. You're setting the standard, plain and simple. You want to be out partying, you know, in the club, doing all this stuff. Cool, that's fine. But don't get mad when, you know, you come across a good guy and he's like, hey, like, I don't like that you're outside. I don't like that you're doing this. And you're like, well, I just don't understand why, like, he's not taking me serious. You were in the club every weekend talking to different guys. You have different guys in your phone. You're talking to, like, you know.
But I also feel like yes. But also, if that guy is showing you that he is persistent and he likes you, but you're still doing that, okay. But I feel like if you're single, as you should. If you're single, as you should. But let's say you're trying to pursue a guy, is when I do agree with that. If you're trying to pursue and you're talking to a guy and you're like, ooh, like, this is a good man.
It's a good man.
Why ruin it? You know what I'm saying?
Because
a lot of men ain't shit, so I'm just saying.
Well, I think there are good men, but no good man is going to want a girl that's in the club every weekend, that's talking to multiple guys, sleeping around. If you want a high-value man, you must come as a high-value woman, because I don't care what anyone says. And I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about standards, morals.
Yeah.
No man with good standards, morals, and respect for himself is going to wife, cuff, whatever, a girl who is putting out a certain image. It's a bad look. And I think we've seen it time and time again. We have seen it time and time again where whether it's a friend or somebody we know finds a good man, it's like, bro, like, she just won't stop. And it's like, we can't be mad at, or vice versa. Like, you know, he'll have a good girl, but he wants to be in the club and he wants to be...
Vice versa. You're right. And same thing applies to men as well.
How do you want...
Absolutely.
Oh, you want your girl to be covered up on social media. You don't want her doing this and that. But you're in the club every weekend. You're liking half-naked pictures. A high-value person matches up with a high-value person.
I agree.
It's not one way or another. And if you think, well, if you think it is the other way around, I hate to break it to you, something lacks there. Yeah. It's never that. Yeah.
Okay. I agree. Okay. Yeah. Talk that talk, girl.
I think I'm getting comfortable now.
No, I think you are getting comfortable. Oh my god.
At first I was like a robot.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
You know, you're good. But
yes. So
to end off on that note, I agree. And especially now that I am a girlfriend, I'm very respectful, to the point where, like, guys, I went out and shout out my man, because I'm blessed to have a guy that, like, he's very like, hey babe, I want you to have fun and enjoy life and go out with your girls. Just be respectful. And I respect him so much, to the point where literally I was like, guys, I need to go home. And he didn't even want me to go home. He was like, babe, you're with your girls. You're not doing anything disrespectful. You're fine. But like me, because I respect him, I like him so much, I was like, no, I gotta go home. And everyone's like, he's not tripping. I don't know. But, you know, I just feel like you'll know. I kept it classy, cute, and I went home at a good time, and I was still respectful. And no guys can say that they were talking to me. You know what I'm saying? So just keep it cute, guys. Just be careful. Keep it respectful.
If you want to be a wife,
if you want to be a wife. Yeah. I'm respectful. I was respectful. If anything, he was
No,
being...
you are. I will be the first to attest. Ollie is a very loyal person.
She saw me before we were friends, and yeah.
The test was there, and she was a very Ollie is a very loyal person in general, and just kind of going off topic, but she upholds that standard. So it is sad when it's not reciprocated, like I said, to the man or to the woman. So
thanks.
Yeah.
It's crazy because you hella did. Okay. I feel like now this is going to lead into our next conversation.
The next topic, yeah.
Next topic. Fucking on the first night. Do you think girls should do it or not? And her and I have had a rebuttal on this one.
Okay, I wrote this one in my notes because I didn't want to get sidetracked or anything. So I said, honestly, having sex on the first night is not my vibe. It is not something I like. I am totally me, myself, and I am against it. I don't like it. I'm more of like, I like to get to know the person I'm interacting with, dealing with, before I lay in the bedroom with them. I like that build up, that like, oh, like I just want to eat you up right now, but or I just want to kiss you, but
oh, you want to eat them up?
I am infatuated with you, but I like to let it build up. 1, 2. You don't really know a person. Of course, they're going to put up their best front the first day. Of course, they're going to say everything you want to hear. They're going to bring you flowers. They're going to wine and dine you. They want one thing. And
the cookie.
Yeah, they want it. So my thing is, make them work for it. The minute you give it to them, most, right? Unless you got a good guy and, you know, the minute, and this is just my opinion, my experience, the minute you give it to them, watch what happens. I'm not saying it's going to stop or whatever. I just feel like the effort decreases because they won. Men are natural hunters. They want to like fight for it. They want to hunt for it. They want to feel like they're working towards something. If you're just like, yeah, like, let me just lay down. Yeah, come on. Let's be so serious. Right? So I think that men are natural hunters. If they land on their prey right off the bat, they're like, all right, on to the next. It's kind of like hunting. Why do people love hunting, Alejandra? Why? You think, imagine they just went out and started shooting a lot of deer. No, there's no game in that. It's not fun. It's not, there's like an adrenaline that they get. They are
a game.
It's a game.
So here's my rebuttal. Also, I am just different. When I am single, I am a believer in hookup culture.
Yeah.
I'm not saying sleep with the whole world, but like I believe in, if you're single, you can do whatever you want. If you want to sleep with someone the first night, so be it. If you want to wait the 60 days, so be it. By the end of the day, my take on that is a man is gonna do whatever they want regardless. I know men who've slept with a girl on the first night, wifed her up the next day, and I know a man who slept with a girl after 60 days and left her the minute she got the cookie because he's sleeping with Juanita next door anyways, because you're not giving up the cookie. So I feel like my thing is it doesn't matter, because if a man likes you, he likes you.
Yes.
I'm sorry. And I'm not gonna lie. I have
You were not going to say it, then you're like...
I'm going to put my business out. I'm not going to say which one, boyfriend.
Okay.
But I've had a boyfriend that I've slept with the first night. I've had a boyfriend I slept with the second night. And they turned out to be my boyfriends. And then I've had guys, no BS, that I had wait. And they were fun. And they, all this, wine and dine me, all this. Give me gifts, flowers, whatever. They got what they wanted and peaced out. So and I'm so putting my business out there, but like I told you, I am an open book, and who cares? It's all in the past. It's not now. But
do you think
it's like it's up to the man, though?
It is up to the man, but I feel like yeah, and like I said, if you having sex on the first night, to each their own. It's not like, oh, if you have the sex the first night, like you're a type of person. Yeah. No, that's just like how, if we want to talk about how we do how our dating life is. Yeah. For me, I like to wait it out because you just really get to know a person. I've tried both. I've never had like a one night stand or anything like that. Yeah. But I've tried both where it's like, let's see how long I can wait. Bro, you know how many people or like not even how many people. That doesn't sound right. You know how many?
I get
not
what
how
you're
many
saying.
people. Do you know how many times if you just wait it out a little bit, people really show their true colors? And you're right. You're like,
True.
I got gifts and all this stuff, but I promise you start to see people's intentions because. That's so funny you say that about flowers. And people always talk about flowers like, oh, just because you get, like, I think guys, that's another thing too, lately with me, because they know I waited out. Like, here's flowers. Now what? And I'm like, all right.
Surprise.
Yeah, here's the flowers. Okay, can we skip to the part where you let me, have sex with this? Like, no.
But
flowers are just a deposit of interest. Give me more. Let's see. Let's see your show here.
Yeah, yeah.
And I promise you, especially now in my situation that I'm in or whatever, like before, bro, they would drop like flies quickly. The flowers, date, all right, now what? You're still not getting anything. They're like, oh man. Okay, on to the next.
Yeah.
It's like, I just saved myself time. And I think that having sex with someone is so like, bro, that's like the closest you'll get to somebody's soul.
Yeah, spiritual.
Do you feel like that? No?
I mean, I don't.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I mean, yeah.
Bro, but I'm different.
I mean,
everybody's different. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's different. I grew up differently. I was a menace in society. I was a menace to society back in the day. It doesn't matter now. I am a loyal, wholesome woman. You know, back in my younger days.
Yeah.
I just lived life a little bit. But everybody's different.
Everyone's different. And there's such thing as casual sex.
Yeah.
So I get it.
God, I sound like I am like a prostitute. Like, here you go, here's my coochie.
No.
I swear to God, it's not like that. It's not like that, I swear to God. But like, it's just, you
just like to get to the point.
It's just one of those things where it's like, hey, you know what? You're single, I'm single. Of course I'm not just gonna, oh, here it is. No, if we're vibing through the night, the times I've hooked up with people.
Yeah.
And this should go for men too. There's been times where we're vibing through the night. You're cool, I'm cool. So far I've been respectful, you're not thirsty, you're handsome, we're both single. Why not? And I'm not looking for a boyfriend because there's a point in time where I'm like, I'm not looking for a boyfriend.
Okay,
I was just, And actually that's crazy because even before I met my man now, I was still like, F everybody, F men, F whatever. I'm a single girly. And then it's crazy how once you meet the right person, you just like, switch. Like that's just how I am. It's like once I meet the person, I am probably the most loyalist person on your team. But that's how I am. But everybody's different.
Yeah.
You know?
And we said we always have this like debate, the great debate of like you do things one way, I do things another. I don't know. I just love seeing a man put in effort. It's like I think that's the chase for me. It's like how much are you
better put in effort even out the whole
way
around.
It's like how much are you willing to do for me? When a man is invested, it's like when they're spending time and money, that's an investment that they're not getting back.
Yeah.
So at that point, they're like invested. I'm telling you, it's like a hunt, it's a chase. And I just love seeing a man be a man and do that rather than just like, it being not in essence easy, but just like, okay, one and done out the way. Yeah. I don't know. I like seeing a man really just like work for it.
I agree. Yeah. I feel like for me, it just depends what
you want out of it.
What I want out of it. Because then there's times where I do want men, and I'm not trying to make myself sound like...
No, that's
like, that's, oh, that's it. No, because there are times where I'm like, all right, I want to go on multiple dates with you, see what's up. And then there are times where I'm like, you're fine. Let's hey, what are you doing?
I feel like you kind of know a man for a whore and one that's like, this might go somewhere, you know?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The men I feel like I've had a slight potential with. We'll go out on multiple dates, see what happens. And then there's the guys I'm like, you look like a hoe, but you look like a good time. What are we doing? It just all depends, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I feel like that's how it is for a lot of people.
That is a fair statement. I like how we're ending that. That is very fair. Like I said, me personally, whether you're a whore or I like the waiting part of it.
And
but like that. It's and there's I also get what you're saying, and that's 100% factual. Like, sometimes I know how he gets down. If I'm in the mood, it is what it is, and that's respectable and fair too to me. To each their own. So that was a good one. Yeah, I like that one.
I like that one too. All right, and this is gonna be my final topic, and then I think we should answer she did a questionnaire for like the people who want to get to know her. Okay. Also, before I get started, how long has it been? Wait, what? No, the time. No, Josh,
that was cute.
It was cute.
He's like, I've been in love for a year.
Josh has been in love with this girl for a year and a couple months. Shout out, Josh. Okay, perfect.
How long are your
Aww.
podcasts usually?
Like 45?
I think it's because I got asked that question today.
Oh, it's
Oh.
So now we know how long my team has been together.
Yeah. Wait,
We can
did
keep
you not
that in here? No?
did you not want to answer? There's which one are we doing? Well,
Well, I'm gonna ask you this first, and then you can just pick whatever you want. Whatever
Okay.
you want the people to know about you. You're the guest, girl.
okay, go ahead.
So, I feel like this is our final
Topic.
thing.
Mhm.
But so how girls want their Prince Charming, but still getting it on their own. And I think I want to talk about this because it's a women empowering, and I feel like it's important for
Yes.
girls to know. So.
Mhm.
Let's get into it. So how do you feel? What's your definition of getting it on your own? What do you?
Okay, so I've always been very independent,
Mm-hmm.
and I've always I have this mentality of, it's like, say you drive by like a nice house, right? And it's like, oh my God, my first initial reaction isn't like, oh, I can't wait for my husband to buy this for me, or I can't wait, It's like, damn, like, this is a really nice house. How can I get it?
Yep.
Because we cannot, at least me, I will not, and I prefer not to sit around waiting for a man to provide me and give me everything. I always tell, like, my friends, I've told you, whoever else, right? No one's coming to save us.
That part.
Like, as much as we want that fairy tale and it sounds so dreamy and great, right now, no one's coming to save us. Like,
No.
we got to build on our own. I always say, like, I'm the princess. I will give myself my princess life.
Yeah.
If Prince Charming wants to come and build with me, that's great, but I will be building my own kingdom. I don't need anyone to provide that and be like, let me save you and come bring you all this stuff. No, don't get me wrong. I would hope, I expect Prince Charming to be like, I have my kingdom, you have yours, let's combine it.
I agree.
That's beautiful.
Absolutely.
I think that's amazing.
Absolutely.
But to just sit around and be like, oh, I don't want to do anything, and I'm just going to spend my 20s waiting for someone to come and, like we said, wife me up and give me this dream life, and I just don't want to do anything. I personally, I can't do that. I don't know. Something about me has always, touching the mic. Something about me has always just been like, get it on your own. Get it on your own. Get it on your own. I have never been the type to sit around, like, even like small gifts. Like, I'm not going to go ask my man, like, hey, babe, can you please? Now, if he wants to buy it for me because he knows I really like it, amazing, great, you're a chef's kiss.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's like, I'm going to get it regardless. Like, if you want to be an amazing man and give it to me, great. If not, don't even worry about it. I got it.
Well, shit, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, she agrees. The one thing.
So, hey, the one thing I agree
we have
on
no debate.
strongly. But that's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like that shows what kind of friends I have as well, because we all are trying to get it on our own, and we're not relying on a man to give it to us. Granted, I'm not going to sit here and BS and say, oh, I don't want a man to come in a little sprinkle. That's not what I'm saying, but I think it's so important because one day I marry my Prince Charming. Prince Charming doesn't want to be with me anymore. What am I going to do?
Amen. Yeah.
What are you going to do? And that's where a lot of women that I've genuinely just everywhere. I've seen it. I've seen girls that I'm like, but what are you going to do? Because we're not going to be this freaking hot forever unless we got Kris Jenner money. But that's the goal, is for ourselves to have Kris Jenner money for ourselves. So until I look like that, it's like, you have to just have it just in case. Or what if you're in an abusive relationship with a man with, like, let's say the funds, and you need to leave?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Use his money? No. Like, you always have to think about what if.
Yeah.
And I think God, I can't even talk about this, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, just get it on your own. You just took all the words out of my mouth, literally.
Think at the end of the day, it's a partnership. A man is a partnership, not a rescue mission.
Thank you.
Right? So
I agree.
It's a partnership. You are supposed to build with your
partner.
I think you're supposed to build with your partner. However you want to go about it.
Yeah.
That's between you and your partner. But I've always I always like to say, I come with one, you come with two. You are the man. I always expect my man to have, a little bit more.
Yep.
But I love having my own and being hardworking. And I don't care if my business doesn't do as much as his, but I always like, having a hobby, being passionate about something.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's something too, like, as we grow older and as we have kids and go about our lives, like, you can lose yourself. And so I think if you have a business or a hobby, that's something you can always attach yourself to. And men like that. I'm sorry. I don't care what any man says. A man wants that. Like, a man wants you to have a hobby, have something that you hold on to. That's you and not you as a mom or you as a wife. That's just you. You as
it's
Alejandra,
your thing.
it's your thing. Exactly.
It's what makes you.
And a good man would support that, not be like, oh my God, like, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
That's
beautifully said. Snap.
Yeah.
I completely agree 110%. And that's, I think that's our PSA of the day. Get that shit on your own.
Get your own bag.
Get your own bag.
Find a hobby, get a business, do something. And if you have a man that's giving you all this money, have him invest into you. Like, that's something too.
I agree.
If you have a man and he does have money and you're kind of just like playing with fingers, go start something. Go start
and he's just giving it to you for funsies.
Yeah,
do
or like
something.
A man's giving you some money, girl, go start a business, do something with it. Build something for yourself. That way when if he ever gets out of the picture, you will have something.
Yeah, and be proud of yourself. I think that's so, like, it's dope. No matter what it is, it could be a business, it could be a hobby, it can be anything. So I think that's really cool. And I also believe in, hey, I'll water you as long as you water me, and that's how I've always been. We should water each other. So
you support me, I support you.
Yeah, hell yeah. We love that. Yeah, I took the words out of my mouth. And damn, snap. Good job. Good job. That was good. So I think we're gonna end this off with questions for Divyne, since she is my special guest. I think it's good for people to know who you are.
Yes.
And so I'm gonna allow you to pick the questions you want to answer.
One of the questions before we just start getting into me, somebody asked me, and it was actually, I don't know if you're going to touch on it, so we can clip this out if we don't. Girls shooting their shot.
Oh!
Do you want to touch on that?
Real quick. Okay, real quick. I'm sorry. I think I skipped that one.
No, I wasn't sure. I was like, well, somebody asked me on the questions. So I was like, oh, well.
Someone asked you? Okay. So, girls sliding in the DMs first. I think that's an F no. You'll never catch me in a man's DMs like, hey, you look fine. No. Eso no. I am no. That's one thing I personally can't do, and I don't hate anybody who does it. That's just me as Alejandra Ruiz personally just cannot do.
Yeah.
I don't hate on girls who do it. I just... And you shouldn't, like, I mean, I don't know. No. It depends, though.
It's not you shouldn't.
It depends. Because, like, some guys are shy, and, like, if you're a confident woman, you can still go up to a man, but I can't. I don't
scary.
know.
No.
That is scary.
I know it's popular and it's trending right now. I see it all the time. And I'm very old school. I feel like I love seeing a man, like, fight, it's so cute. I know you know what I'm talking about. When they're like trying to get your attention, like they're working for like whether it's in the DMs or at a bar. And that's how I know I'm old school, because I love when it's natural and organic. Like, I don't like the social media. Like, my husband is not in my DMs, I'll tell you that much right now. But
mine kind of was. Damn it. No, I'm kidding.
But it's okay. Did you DM him first?
No.
Exactly. Thank you. But okay, wait. We were gonna talk about this. So we will keep it real. We will keep it real for a second.
Okay.
We don't shoot our shot. But we'll do, okay, this is equivalent to a glance at the bar. You ever see a guy at the bar, mind you, like, this is not us right now, but you ever see a guy at the bar and you're just like, he's cute. You do a little.
He's cute. A glance.
Okay, you do a glance.
I've done glances.
Okay,
I'm like, hi.
A glance, and they catch it, and so they're like, that's kind of how they feel. That's how they catch on. And if they're interested back, they're like, oh, wow, she's really pretty. They'll come up to you, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so what's equivalent in social media?
Liking a picture.
Like. Yeah.
Give
a little like.
Yeah, like, or at least on the highlights.
Yeah.
Or not the highlight, I'm sorry, the story. I like it. Like, if it got, I mean, not anymore, but back in my prime.
Yeah.
I like if it's a cute guy, and I'm like, oh, you're kind of cute. I like it. That's as far as it's gonna go. But I've only done that like, not. I don't know.
You like doing the highlights or the pictures? You want to know something about the highlights?
No, not the highlights. The story.
Yeah, the story highlights. Yeah.
No, like if they have a story.
No, you'll like their story. Okay.
No, not the highlights.
Do you ever like
guys
the highlights?
Do that shit to me, and I don't like it.
You want to know why they do it? Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't. Want, and also too, ladies, just so y'all know, men they like the girls they don't like pictures anymore.
That's so sneaky. That's what I was about to say.
Men are sneaky because they don't like pictures anymore. They like the stories or the highlights.
The highlights, because nobody can see it. Yes.
So. And I think there's a way you can check. So just so you know, you're welcome.
You can't. One time, I'm
gonna look at some point.
Bro, I be
waiting for my
going
man
through
to
them
sleep.
highlights when I'm going through that phone. I don't even look for the pictures. If you and your partner have a mutual, like, no pictures, and they're doing something sneaky, the first thing they're gonna do is go like some highlights. So if you're going through that man's phone, go through them highlights too.
Go through them highlights.
I promise you there might be some likes in there. Because he's thinking, oh, she'll never see this again. But
Yep. There's ways.
There's ways.
There's ways. Hey, we're toxicas.
Are we toxicas or are we smart?
No, we're supporting. We're helping women.
Is that toxic of us?
I don't think so.
How many people are you think you're gonna go through their man's phone, start going through the highlights?
You know, I mean, I trust mine, but if I feel a little shum, or if he follows a little some, I might.
Yeah.
I'll be like, why are you following her for him?
Let me go through some highlights.
Let me see the highlights. But yeah, I'm not stupid. It's because men do that to me all the time.
Well, yeah.
Or at least if a man would do that to me, I'll do that
You always
back,
know when a man's being sneaky. If he doesn't like your pictures, but he likes your highlights. Like, all right.
That's how you know they're a hoe. If anything, that makes me like them. But if they're bold and they're on your Instagram and commenting, I'm like, oh, okay, maybe they got nothing. I don't know. Y'all are shady.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Okay, that was one of the questions that somebody had asked me on my Instagram. And then, so a lot of people want to know more about like my business and stuff. So I'm not going to take obviously a lot of time, but I'll give you guys a brief background story, how I got started, what my biggest challenges were and what I faced. So like I said in the beginning of the podcast, or like I mentioned, I started Bronze Lounge back in 2020 around COVID. When everything was shut down and things like that. The way I got into tanning was I started spray tanning when I was in high school because of my parents. My parents love their spray tans. So my mom had asked me if I wanted to spray tan when I was like a junior, I want to say, or sophomore in high school. And I got my first spray tan and I was obsessed. So ever since then, ever since then, I've had this like obsession with being tan and having a spray tan. So I had came out to Phoenix one time and I got a professional one done. Life-changing. Ever since then, I was like, I want to do this. I've always been an entrepreneur at heart, but something just clicked about this one business. And so I told my mom, I was like, hey, I want to start this. What do I do? And she's like, well, figure out where you can get certified, the equipment, all of that. She funded the whole thing. I paid a little bit of it, but she funded the whole thing. I moved out. Shout out my mom. She funded the whole business. So that's how I got started. Somebody asked me what my biggest challenge was. So like I said, I'm not originally from Phoenix, Arizona. I moved out here. And when I first moved out here, I knew nobody. Like I started right back at 0 clients. I was doing good for myself in Tucson. I knew that I was taking a risk moving out here. And I got a 2-bedroom apartment so I can start in my apartment. And sure enough, I started meeting a bunch of girls and they would refer other people to me. And that's actually how I met Olive.
That is, she saw me naked. First time I was meeting.
That's actually how I met Olive. She was a client of mine. She was referred by somebody else. She came in, got a spray tan, and literally we've been inseparable since. Like we hang out every day.
Literally.
So that's how I would say that would be my biggest challenge, was like moving here, taking a risk, knowing I had to start from 0 and kind of building up my business, building my clientele, and pretty much building a name for myself out here. And I don't want to be cocky. I've never been cocky about my business, but I think everyone
that's the truth.
Everyone always gasses me up. They say that I have the best hands. But they are so supportive, honestly.
You really do. Like, didn't like the whole ASU cheerleading team have you come and do their spray tans?
I've done like NFL cheerleaders, ASU, college athletes, like I've done literally it all. I've done like Ys and girlfriends, like WAGs. I've done it all, and like I said, I'm so grateful and so happy that I took that risk and I moved out here, because I feel like the support really has been unreal. Yeah. It's been amazing, and as I continue to grow my business, I just hope that I continue to be blessed and that everyone shows love and support.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
You are fire.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. Nobody else. They asked me my gym routine, girl. I don't know work out. I do not work out. I am pro surgery. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, but yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Well, how exciting! I'm glad you came on. And that's about it. Until next time. Is there anything else you want to add?
No, that's it.
Well, until next time. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.
Bye.